Doofing here, coming to you from the deck of the Super Carrier module, sitting in the cockpit of the FA-18 module, steaming peacefully through the Persian Gulf. Now, you may have clicked on this video and said, hey, the video title said Combined Arms. I will get to the Combined Arms. Give me a second, I'd like to make a point briefly here. I have been told through forums, through YouTube videos, and generally get the impression myself that these are the basic modules you need to be able to play the game. Now, it's true, this is a free-to-play game. It comes with a couple of free aircraft. There are a lot of inexpensive modules out there that are really pretty good, and these modules actually are really good in and of themselves. That said, I tend to not like these modules. I don't use them a lot. They don't seem fun to me because they don't fit what I like to do, what I think is fun. A lot of these modules involve, or these three modules involve a mission profile where you take off from the steam catapult on the super carrier. You fly up, go and do air-to-air refueling, go perform whatever mission it is you're going to do, and then come back and land on the carrier. And none of that I find fun. I play DCS as a form of recreation. It is what I do for fun. Additionally, I think that saying that you need those three modules to play the game does a great disservice to the game, in that it is a huge barrier, a financial barrier, to people who casually want to get into the game to find out more about the game. If you just examine the initial costs of, the F-18 module, the Persian Gulf module, and the Super Carrier module, granted they go on sale, but I don't believe any of those go on 50% sale like a lot of the other modules do. So we're talking a significant financial investment, and that's before you say, oh, I need a computer with a lot of RAM and a graphics card, and that's expensive. And then I need a HOTAS, that's a hands-on throttle and stick. So that's another expensive piece of gear. You also would need a head tracker of some sort or a VR setup, and oh man, those can be expensive. And these are the things that financially you need to buy before you can play a free game. Now, not only is that an expensive barrier, but the F-18 is an extensive module, lots of things to learn. It's a very steep learning curve, and I would like to offer an alternative. Now, DCS World stands for Digital Combat Simulator World. If you were to put a fine point on what it is a flight simulator. More specifically, it's a study level flight simulator. And if you ask someone like me who is highly cynical, it is a F-18 study level flight simulator. Now, does that have to be the case? New players may not be into a flight simulator. They may not have the patience to sit down and learn a module like the F-18. I suggest maybe it's not a study level F-18 simulator, but maybe a digital combat simulator in a much broader term. I'm talking here about Combined Arms. Now, not on sale, it's $40. It regularly goes on sale for $20. Now, if you were to want to get some of your friends into DCS World that are not study level flight sim pilots, who are gamers but don't have the specialized gear like a HOTAS or a head tracking setup, who would love to play your favorite game, if it was $20 and you could use a keyboard and mouse, this just might be an ideal solution. But how fun can it be? What would it even look like? would they be able to contribute with just the Combined Arms module in a meaningful way? Well, welcome to the nuclear wasteland that was once the Middle United States. In this post-apocalyptic future, gangs of roving bandits strip communities of resources as everybody struggles to survive. Gas prices are still really high. Food is expensive. And this is the distant future, the year 2023. I am on patrol. I am bearing the white star of the sheriff, and I am intercepting a group of bandits who are shooting at me from extreme range. My job is to stop them from raiding the local community over which I've been appointed sheriff. I'm in my trusty museum piece, the M4 Sherman. This relic has been carefully put back together and made it back into working order. And you'd be happy to know that you don't need the World War II expansion pack to get this. This comes with the base game. And all you would need is the Combined Arms module for a lot of these pieces. One word of note, the World War II expansion pack is amazing in Combined Arms because it more than doubles your available units that you can drive. Adds a great field of depth. I just don't see how the two really are separate. Instead of just having more things to shoot at in a warbird scenario, in Combined Arms it's absolutely fantastic, and again is really inexpensive. Alright, so here I am in the driver's seat. I'm looking around. This is the front of the vehicle. Still advancing, still at extreme range for them. I'm using, like I said, keyboard and mouse. Control C gets you to the driver's seat. Doesn't look so bad. F1 puts you back in the gunner seat in the turret. Q switches weapons around. Okay, so I'm in the turret, and I can select my ammunition type by pressing E. The controls are WASD. S is the brakes. Z and X. X shifts up into gear. Z from in gear goes into neutral and then into reverse. There are a number of other keyboard shortcuts, but that is what's relevant today. And man, they're still shooting at me. Hopefully my armor is thick enough in the front. It is definitely not thick enough from the sides. These guys can definitely kill me. I'm going to show off a few of the features here of Combined Arms. Okay, so here, this is from the gunner's position and in the isometric view. So I press insert to get to this view, and then I press insert to get back into the gun sight view. Just tooling along, advancing under fire here. Alright, this looks good. Now this is the gun sight view. I can fire from either the isometric view or this is more accurate. Okay, so no, this is actually the gun. This is the binocular. Okay, sorry, this is the JTAC view. This is the binoculars from which I can set up a colored smoke. I can use my laser rangefinder to get the range, or I can mark a target for an F-18. Here I am modulating on code 1688. See, that is not the regular gun sight. That is the coaxial machine gun. Or sorry, the whole machine gun. Let me get over. Pow! Take that. So I'm just going to start shooting at these guys from long range here. You see how I had marked the original position and with red smoke there, but did that from the JTAC view. And I'm just trying to get these guys ranged in because I don't have any computer ranging. I have to go off the lines and see where things hit. That was close. There he goes. There's one down. Just about got the range dialed in. Thing is, they're still advancing on me. Oh, there's another one down. Take that. Go Sherman. Yeah. Taking hits on my frontal armor here, and they're just bouncing off. Gonna admit to having been a fan of World of Tanks prior to DCS, and really wished that I could come across something that was more developed, more serious than World of Tanks. And this just might be it. It's still got a long way to go. It's still kind of in its early stages here. It has improved over the couple of years that I've owned it. Number of units has gone up. The physics has improved drastically. The terrain is still kind of blocky. It wasn't meant to be viewed from anything other than an F-18 at 28,000 feet. But in terms of immersion, in terms of fun, I could get into this. This is not bad. I really like this, actually. This, if I could play this on a multiplayer server with a bunch of friends, I think that this could really go places. You could still have your F-18s around. You could use scouts to find targets for laser guided bombs on an F-18. The F-5, believe it or not, has access to laser guided bombs, but doesn't have the ability to laze for themselves. The A-10C, the Harrier, a lot of these modules really could use a JTAC, and a human JTAC would be even better. So there is a utility in the terms of modern warfare. There is a fun on its own, fun in single player. It really has the potential to be the greatest thing ever. Take that. Oof, that went over his head. All right, let's bring the range down a little bit. Ranging closer. Pow. I think that hit the ground in front of him. There we go. Boom. Of course, DCS AI is pretty terrible. They're working on that. This actually would benefit from a lot of the things that the ED is doing. It would still be affected by the weather, the effects that are imminent here. Yeah, that guy's just bouncing everything. Let's take that guy out. Oof. Okay. See, my gun still does work. Whatever it is about that striker. Alright, striker. Take this. I'm hitting him and just not penetrating. See if I can hit his side armor here. Yeah, the hitboxes and things on this is actually pretty barbaric. But yeah, in terms of all over combined arms, either your sum total of armor on an entire side is thick enough or it isn't. In terms of the infrared views, this will benefit greatly from the infrared views. There's an infrared mode on the JTAC. There's night vision across the board. Yeah, there's a lot of really good things that have been developed in DCS that translate well over here. The mission editor, the scripting, yeah, all the skins, everything works great. Combined Arms is not, in terms of all that, it's not behind. There we go. I've got a rear shot on this, so let me prove a point here. I wasn't able to penetrate this guy, but if I shoot him in the rear quarter here, he should go down. There we go. I think that there is plenty of adventure to be had here. Certainly as much as you can have from the cockpit of any of the DCS modules or mods or any. This is great. There's a lot of fun that can be had here. All right, let's say I've convinced you to buy it. How do you use it? All right, so we're in the mission editor. We're just going to place a unit. We're going to just pick really any unit that we can use in Combined Arms here. It's a lot to choose from. Scrolling through here. I want the... just look. Let's pull up some of the other categories. Tons of categories. All right, back to armor. I want to make a... Let's see. Let's go with an Abrams. All right, so here's your M1A1 Abrams. Just like with your airplanes, it's got a bunch of skins. Doesn't look terrible. Usually your skin options are pretty limited in Combined Arms because there's a lot of modules and only so much work that can go into them. But we've placed him on the map and we're just gonna zoom in here. Now there's a little thing there that allows us to see it underneath our icon there. Alright, so first thing you want to do is make sure that it is player can drive, right? And then what we're going to do is set up under the coalitions. We need to make sure that there is a JTAC or a tactical commander. You need one at least slot for you to be able to play in Combined Arms. Now what these two roles do are different. I'll explain here in a minute. Let me get into the simulation though. No, my computer does not load that fast. I just did some editing for the sake of time. All right, so we got two slots here. We've got our tactical commander and our JTAC. For this, we're just going to need the JTAC. So it has brought us back to the F10 map, and there is our little M1A1s at Nalchik that we put there. Now we're going to go up to the top and we're going to hit that button, and that spawns us into our Abrams. We start right here in the gunner's view. This is the isometric view from the gunner's position. So it gives us a gun sight, gives us a selector, and we can move the turret around. Now I've hit the X key to put us into gear, and I'm using the W key to move forward and the A and D keys to steer left and right. Now, you say, how can you miss? How could you have missed that shot? Well, let me show you, because that gun sight does not necessarily line up exactly with this gun sight. So we shot underneath it. But in that case, we took care of it. Now, some of the different things with the Abrams is that, yeah, there's a lot of things in here. I'm just going to get you kind of quick start going here. First thing to know about the Abrams is that it has a laser rangefinder, and it will tell us the distance to a target. Now, why that is important is because the elevation of the main cannon is computed for that, so it automatically brings up the cannon and counters the effect of gravity on the shell. So I'm going to just mess around with this and show you a few things here. I've reset it with control L, and then L does the laser rangefinding. So there was a laser rangefinder set for null, and now we've set it for the correct distance, and we missed anyway. Same distance, and firing again, and we've hit. Alright, so here I'm going to take the tactical commander role, and I'm going to show some of the main differences there between it and the JTAC. Alright, so here I have a group of M60 tanks, and I have a group of Type 59s on the other coalition. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use those M60 tanks to engage those Type 59 tanks. I'm going to give them some orders. So I'm going to have them set path. I want them to drive to that point there. Set path again to issue the order, and I'm going to set the speed, which isn't the speed that they actually travel, but by sliding that to the top, they will just travel as fast as they can over the terrain, given the limitations. I can also tell them to fire on this target, which isn't going to work out because that's at their maximum range, but I'm going to do it anyway just to demonstrate here. So they're doing that. Let me jump in and see what is going on. I'm going to grab one of these units. And I'm going to hit the same button as I did with the JTAC. And there I am. I can hear them shooting. And this is their maximum range, so they really aren't going to hit. Alright, so to stop them from wasting time, I'm going to reissue the move order. Set path. Right there. Go for it. Alright. So, now in the tactical commander slot, I can just watch them from above as the battle commences. I can use the F7 button to view any ground unit during the battle, or I can jump in on the JTAC role and take control of one of these vehicles and join in the action. And because the dust is weird, I'm going to set them to line abreast. That's going to make them move shoulder to shoulder. They're moving up into formation, and I'm going to have to catch up here. Alright. And this tank is slow. Guess most tanks are slow. I think World of Tanks lied to me. I think tanks are actually slow. As the tactical commander, you can use small groups or large groups. I once spent an entire weekend storming the beaches of Normandy, running tanks all over, up and down. Yeah. It can be as big or as little as you could imagine. What Combined Arms allows you to do is to be part of that action. So I'm using my cruise control here. That is the T button. So when I get to the speed I want to go, I hit the cruise button. And I can't see... I should be able to see the tanks, but I'm pitching up and down too much to be able to see the enemy tanks. But as you see, I'm overtaking these guys slowly. So I'm going to have to reduce speed and then reset the cruise control. This looks cool, so I'm going to pull ahead and get some photos here. Maybe use it for the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, those are my boys. Bringing my speed down just a little bit, trying to get the formation to look cool. Yeah, they're moving faster than me now. That's good. Alright, back into the formation. Should be within sight of these tanks shortly. Yeah, I think that's them there. I think I can see them now. It's going to be dumb to rush in the way I've ordered them to. I really should tell them to stop and shoot, but I'm not. I think I will stop and shoot myself here, though. I stop. There's a gunner's position. There are the enemy tanks, and they're right there. Alright. Let's do some shooty shoots. So I'm automatically I'm compensating for the range by just bringing the muzzle up a little bit. That went way high. Alright, ready to go. There's that. And bullseye. Alright. It's getting too close to my buddy there, and he's obscuring the target with his dust. Okay. Ooh, that one hit. Alright, good, good. Alright. Boom! That one hit the ground right in front of him. So I need to go up a little bit. hit. That wasn't me that hit him, though. Alright. I hit the ground, but still hit him. Alright, about that one. Yeah, despite how things are looking, we're actually losing this battle. Compensating. A little bit more range. There. Oof, winged him. Oh, that hit the ground. A little bit more. There he goes. And that is the end of that. Alright. Now, at the risk of running long here, I'm going to reveal one of the best kept secrets in DCS. I've known about this for coming on 2 years. But, it's time. It's time people know about this. This is the landing ship Samuel Chase. I believe it's part of the World War II assets pack. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. But, with Combined Arms, I can do this. So this is one of the big deck guns up high on the forecastle, and I am engaging some LAV 25s over on the shore. Just trying to get the range in here because I've got no gun sight really. I've got no computer assistance. I've got no laser range finding. I just kind of have to walk the shells onto the target. Now, while this is an anti-aircraft gun, this still can be used to good effect on shore targets. Yeah, there we go. That's not a complete hit, but that close enough. See if I can't clean that up. So, just take a moment and let this sink in, the implications of this. What might this be a framework for, say, maybe in the context of the Marianas map in a World War II scenario with a Essex class carrier group, maybe shelling positions on Pointe du Hoc on the Normandy map, maybe even just open naval warfare in the future. Yeah, it might not be a study level flight simulator. It just might be a digital combat simulator. Bang, nailed that guy. All right. So anyway, I'll leave this here and leave you to contemplate the implications of this. Plus, it looks cool. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, or all three. And I will see you in a future video.